Koswana. We need to find out that. Meba lawyer. No, meba. Yes.
Oba be container no container ya label so ECG.
Yes.
Ade na auction container. Enka container ni ya trust Ghana Armed Forces come by auction and I baby. So dear man,
no,
because equipment the material na wadi.
Yes.
To me farm ko wire fee. Soon to me use area. And your man ECG using a high tension, a high voltage, and low voltage in Yama. And ya dear an individual betting me a fan or castle a day or quaco you sue on the fee. And then I will be so question to every say. ECG near buying.
Yes.
Cast house no so
yes. They are buying.
Container ya trust Ghana Armed Forces are caught into UCL. Obe auction.
The law allows it to be auctioned.
To be auction. Your friends state agencies.
The same state agency.
Yes. Maybe you not even prompt the state agency. Unim. Say we mamika say bintia mamika dintia menam because ECG staff be brain afre me. Enta na menam.
Eh.
Oma friend said.
No friend said we mu kra na do that to papa so say afre.
Ona on kasa ka we my.
Yes.
Eh. Min ko baby am okrum ha. Mi jae ejumai kokonsa bebre ba say wadwane na wayesi no kranya me nim krum ha na me wo min ko be bia
yes
yaw ana yawa ha misisia de committee de ayemi.
Were you spoken to as part of investigations?
Obia mfremi letter bia ma me ho
committee now.
No. I'm saying that for a fact. Say me wo Ghana kroma.
But the committee spoke to directors.
Yes, of course.
That's and you were not part. Are you sure?
Obia, I am. I say maybe me. Busumu ewumumu ena me mami wu ye 19th April. Me nye mami nka say me mami swear by me mami awaka baby. Me sero. Hwe committee bia mfrɛ me. Ka committee ni frɛ me anka unia me yi me yem because Ghana na me be so ye. Me ye adwuma for 2 years and 4 months. Me record edaho. The company hasn't seen this kind of growth in 2 years and 4 months.
Yeah, but that record flies in the face of the revelations
by the committee.
In this
so that is why what were they supposed to do? And your friend,
are you sure they said he was not contacted?
Almost contacted directors.
I wasn't.
But but the truth of the matter is.
But Yabomi didn't report to Num. Me na me catch row. Who can full report? No. Who can executive summary? Lady na ka who be na majina betra no. Who can executive summary? Yabomi didn't report to Num.
Let's check it.
Yeah, but Omabo didn't report him in sema. Omukafa wo no. Are they not true?
Okay. I'm tempted to respond. But sebi na se sisi ana asem na ede e free menum.
Yes.
We are now in the court of public opinion. Sisi I mean nim twede e hye no ntumo mo ordinam. Because there are very 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 possible answers to all of this. For share you started program you can some time ago me by na me nam around there watch obi say ECG a loss reduction project. Over 6 to 7 companies are setting up factories for Krum Hasi. It was all about the revenue drive. You know also that meters have an expiry date. How can you ask people to manufacture meters and not have the requisite materials to install them? For another key issue that has to I was here sharing say Nkrofoi is setting up some factories. Say omo shey una ni omo akasa and as you see my revenue cost and I kaisa so who say meters and we had an ambitious drive, a very very ambitious drive, say he replacing almost 6 million meters, okay, mass meter replacement. Adia bakwa mechanism management on a situation be I do baba betu mu bia no and I be and I take decision situation.
Yes.
Mike Tyson will baby say you always have a plan when you enter a ring until you are hit on the nose. Obi abo hwe so that When it started say wasu nyina what ye basa. Me boni me bisa say sisi a me pie free ha say no be dia de bo me trima. And then the committee
no, but the committee about more conclusion based on something. Number one,
Obi.
I think we have to take it one after the other.
Baby, I don't agree.
No, there's a committee in the conclusion.
You cannot, Obi. You cannot, as a committee, such a crucial matter. A person like a former MD, more can ask him. More report, then the member says, "You're making more can ask someone report." How do you say that you didn't contact that person?
No, Menka said, "No, what's some contact? I'm contact."
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, in the report now, they never stated anywhere so my contact him. Unanswered say he was not contacted, but we have to still interrogate the issue they raised about him. And only as a maker.
And I make say, Sisiano here. We can agree to disagree and have a hypothetical conversation around this matter. Fine, I'll agree.
Yes.
But assembly say Sisia dear omwaye no. Sisia me na me di assembly echi. Assembly na ye edi mi kan. First things first. Fane say what talk free America. Amana bedru krom ha se. Car no bedru krom ha se. Our port unto your duty a car no wait make say car na wo ho. Say car na yira our port na hina na ama car na yira. Hina na ama car na yira.
Nipe also claim on, right?
But by wo hina ho.
Our port ho.
Eni wo abedu wo.
Yeah, no.
Enti aden kra na ye bo ECG kwadu ade.
No.
Debi tobo me
making the point.
Yes. International logistics supply chain enya agro. Ubo container number sisi a obehu be bia container no. Fane say wa ship you carry free abrochiri ba.
Yes.
Ubo container ni sisi be choro be bia ship no. Any how many days e ba be dru ase. Beautiful thing is say container numbers ni bibia o. What you say?
Yes.
Let's situate the container issue very well, because if we container issue no and I e dey semi ni na e eba. Because in seven mienu miensa to me they are all mood. The whole so car procurement asem bako. And from procurement I think it's just basically two.
Yes, there is the containers, there is the procurement breaches, and then there is the haftel in sense.
Okay.
Yes.
But you see, again, a lot of things were rushed. Ubusasa adi muhina no muni ne kasa. Bibi ti say haftel no. Yeah, almost say the ICT friends say
director.
The ICT directorate was collapsed. Sana mukai. Our report.
Yes.
It was never collapsed. Did they speak to the director HR? We never collapsed the ICT directorate. We never did.
But maybe you fan one after the other.
Sir, I was just prompting one or two things for you, which are some levels of inconsistencies in what I have read. But fine. I felt, sir, look, if we wanted to do a holistic job,
they should have spoken to you.
You should have spoken to me, because situationally, all of these conversations would probably because Omanka Bibi, Tamamitika, Osia Dewe, in Kia Bohun Komo year in Fitiasiana. And Kabia, and then say, ye can do Hakra. Sebi, ye nae nipa, or mine Ghana near some. And yes, Baba Kata me boapa, you be so, and I said, me boni biso. Ade, me deep boni will chrome has a pa on. Nasa was say, ye bibi. I didn't mean subjecting me who say, ye bibi. Okay. Because ye dear Juma mammy say, me yadi. And I make catch or say, record of ECG. Oh, Sisi Akobane say all of a sudden, Obia Refi, say ECG the managing directors be or Bibia Bibia Sa Dubik.
The committee obtained 2 letters dated 20th October 20, signed by Samuel Dubik Mahama, and another letter 5th April 20, signed by Kwame Ajimanbudu, addressed to the Ministry of Public Enterprise for assistance in securing approval for ECG to undertake procurement in accordance with established commercial practices. Prior to this, Mr. Kwame Ajimanbudu had on 20th May 2021 and 10th March 2020 addressed 2 letters to the Ministry of Finance seeking approval on the subject matter dated about.
And only now on
go and look for the definition of public funds. PPA is not blanket. look for the definition of public funds. Whenever you are about to come into public funds, you have to do this.
Yes. But more argument, more contention, they say
You don't use it doesn't use public funds.
I.e., Sika from the consolidated fund.
Yes, you don't use government subvention to run.
Yes, but you don't have to go by
But
public
you have a
procurement
procurement manual. ECG has
Yes,
a procurement manual. And the procurement manual is always approved by the board at the beginning of each year.
Yes.
So these are situational conversations. Obi, me ba se me ba be ka se ba. Me nyem twimi ma dem because me who say when what's my fide na person.
I wanted us to do it chronologically.
Yeah, come and see. Assembly say yes container era. Let me speak English with this one, forgive me. A container cannot get missing.
Exactly.
It can be misplaced.
Exactly.
The only time you can lose a container is when it's lost at sea. Because when a container, look at the steps. GPHA is not a small entity.
Exactly.
Ghana Customs is not a small entity. I'm going to subject myself. No, wait. I will subject myself to whatever investigation. Because the truth of the containers must come out. Also, we limit the conversation as if ECG is some form of cottage industry. No. When the backstory is not done well, you realize that there's a lot missing in it.
Yeah.
And let me talk a little bit about the backstory to help you. There were containers under investigation, under LNR. There were a ton of containers under also PDS.
Yes.
And the whole PDS arbitration in Yamana Kosuniti. So you have to what? Stay your hand, because when you take those things, it now becomes what idea where you are liable for what?
Yes.
It's payment.
Sure.
Now, remove that one to one side. Yes, they said there are some letters circulating that I wrote. Yes, I do agree to those letters that I wrote, because the only way a container can leave the port from what you have enacted is by, let's say, an auction.
Yes.
I want to take this medium to tell the committee, one, you have been very, very unfair to me. And you, as a colleague lawyer, must agree. They have been gravely unfair to me. And it was led by very, very prominent people. What did I do wrong? Will it be wrong for me to consider this a witch hunt?
On you?
Of course. What else?
Because you were not contacted.
Of course. What else? Because give the dog a bad name and hang it. What did I do wrong?
Yeah, but because if you were not contacted, now it is in the public domain.
That is it. That is the problem.
I want to allow you to also give responses to some of them now.
I won't do that. I won't do that.
The import of this conversation is to arrive at decisions in to the benefit of those involved in Ghana.
Yes.
So clearly, we started on that leg. Now, why jittery? Say, hey, now go for me, tia penny, we are missing papayana. So I say, because Munim the anti-crabia, so observations that we Munim the anti-ABA could do. I'm Pamonim
directors, directors, no board meetings. Directors in board meetings. And policy is agreed upon at the board. It company secretary Krakasai. Because Sebi, only company secretary Kasaya. And can say be wo mu kan no come on can sa
yeah but almost say na mama 5 million every week
for
clearance by mo clearance
me see
so the then MD was Dubik.
Yes me better
then
I believe so by and large.
Yes.
But some of them
was 2022 he was on the bed.
Na me can say man we 18 months.
Yes.
18 months.
Yes.
18 months
Yes.
Now ejuma wa ye 18 months no. Sebi me free September 25th. Oh come back no ka said that was contract
November
2024.
But trade now ka said the then.
Who I kept asking. Said the then why?
But the Mint Logistics then you signed that contract.
Contract near year me. Month be any year me.
Or man stating in the report.
Let's verify all of these things. And ya has say na meba beka, and ya ha na meba be yi ano, and I may yi me who free asemu. Because I've already said, I will subject myself to whatever form of scrutiny.
Yeah, but they have said, in 2022, a decision was
But who
taken
said in
to
the
stop.
same report, Omuka said Mint is known. Mint is known to them since 2017.
Yeah, 2017.
Aha, was I MD in 2017?
There be.
Was I MD in 2017?
What else?
Wow. I am falling short of feeling like it is what?
A witch hunt?
I am just falling short of saying it with my own 2 words. Because again,
No,
there are
but it
different.
cannot be a
Look,
witch
listen.
Okay.
Listen. My nyai bibia. Eh, abaya sisa. Ye nyina ye penokre wum. Obia be ye na adwuma. Obia ye adwuma na wa ya ade ye mmɔ nabaso. Obi so anye na adwuma ye mmɔ nabaso. Hey, sebi. You can see how the committee is struggling hard to pull ECG under the PPA. You can see it.
Yes.
Why? Because the principles.
But they cited
Wait.
Why?
Article what? 80 or what? 80 what? On the Attorney General
Yes.
of the Republic of Ghana.
Yes.
Look at the powers of the Attorney General. If the Attorney General has written something concerning, okay, at the end of the day, if I have breached, who is supposed to sue? Who's supposed to prosecute
The
me?
AG.
And if the AG has
And the AG gave you that legal opinion.
whether the AG even gave it to me, gave it to Oman, or gave it to whoever, that is the AG's opinion. Because if in court today he wants to prosecute, let's look at the implications. Why are you struggling so hard? Bonnie Bear.
But
It is
for
easier.
Obia, Obetien Sam Nebeka say, okay, ECG, limited liability company, but the sole shareholder
Masa.
is the government of Ghana through the Ministry of Finance.
Enamika
ECG Sika can be,
public funds. I try to say
it can
that.
be extended to say, sir.
We a lawyer.
Yes, I know.
Say extended. We a lawyer.
I know.
And in the PFM Act,
Yes.
in the all, it states clearly what public funds are. It is stated
And
clearly.
that is why you only go by your procurement manual.
Exactly. Me yen chichen semnum. Me dia use me come any man no masa betri. Committee no boni ben.
By your procurement manual says.
Okay. Asemi a ukakofa kai settled by that.
Hold on.
Me ma unko hokra.
Lawyer, does the procurement manual allow for contract to be awarded without going through any procurement
So
process?
the agenda say a year day na mitina ECG who can say have to contract in kwana mi sign.
No.
Eti ade na have to contract in kwana ebi. Why di? Unya nyedi hwe ye nyina ye ba besom wo man. Ma ye nye sa give the dog a bad name and hang it enye.
What is your honest opinion on this whole missing container in Komoi?
Me say a container cannot get missing. It can only be what? Misplaced or at best lost at sea. And even when it's lost at sea, you will be notified. Because a container has a unique number that it goes with worldwide. International Maritime Union container no baby obia. It is here no. Question is omubo container numbers na and after physical count no muja you say you then ye ka.
So under your watch, containers behind your eye.
Me under my watch, there was a problem about containers that had been auctioned. And me too one more letters.
It was auctioned
by customs, by GRA.
Na ye mu container. Na egu port wache.
They were a subject of an investigation. The LNR project was a subject of an investigation. Yes, and when the thing is a subject, and it was a Yoko investigation, Tina Yoko decided.
Atuso.
Those were the only containers you know.
Maybe better now
Yes.
Na ye LNR dia ho, PDS dia ho. Mo ka dia ba ko. Former President Kufuor first time no, they were preparing to send ECG into PDS.
Yes.
So there was zero investment into the company. Because you call PDS the investment remember. PDS lasted 5 to 6 months and then it was abrogated. Then we went for an election, came back, and then what? In 2021, there was a managing director. We were appointed to the board. In 2022, on the 13th of May,
you became managing
director. So, based on that, you take an assessment of everything around you before you start moving forward.
Yes, and the committee says, most of these containers were brought in during the period kind of saying procurement
and then
estate and
estate
premises. Was that done? And what was the rationale behind the measure?
Na me bisa say, o pese me isa say one no ha say. Are there for a managing director to merge two directories, he needs the board.
Yes, that's
it
true.
was a board decision.
That's true.
I will not betray anybody if the committee failed to go to the board secretary to pick up the minutes.
Obi, but
you see, Obi, don't
inform the rationale.
To inform the rationale behind the decision.
Okay, Obi, let's establish three things enough. Yeman ko ambush, which I don't like. We wanted to do.
Let me establish one final.
Yeah.
What will be your explanation behind this part of the report? Say when they went to the port to do the head count, ECG send you a list. Say omo containers a port a 2,462. GPH send you list. Say ECG containers a port a 1,132. Omo ye head count. They saw say a 1,134 in the ECG 2,462 against omo 1,134. There is a difference of 1,1328.
Okay, me say
1,328.
Me say a container cannot get missing. When you look at the report at a certain point, almost say call GPH. Did they go to the other terminals, the other holding terminals to check? Did they go to the customs terminal to also check? You are also coming up with another evacuation exercise, which you with your own numbers that you also count. Look, I'm saying this. Let's stop even debating this matter in the media space. Let's allow the state agencies to work.
So clearly, the minister
let them
just
put everything together.
That's all.
Yes.
That's the minister.
Because again, I've said it. Containers that are in the custody of Ghana Ports and Harbour and in the custody of, let's say, customs. What has that got to do with ECG?
Yeah, it has got to do with ECG because ECG awarded contract to two companies.
You see, you are missing the point. You are missing the point. Did the containers get lost in the custody of ECG?
No.
So that is where you start from. Don't digress the issue. We haven't taken custody. I mean, see, former MD. ECG hasn't taken custody. If the containers were in the custody of ECG and they were lost, different ballgame.
But the agent was an agent to you, ECG as a principal.
So the agent and principal role comes in here. The agent, until he has delivered the container to your what?
Well,
to your...
Is the container with you?
No.
So if the container is even missing in transit, is the agent's issue.
Yeah, but you should be interested in what your agent is doing as a principal.
But the principal has never said anything to that effect. We are sitting down and we're told that containers are missing.
Yes.
I am saying a container cannot get missing.
Former MD, me pese me chira o say, obi aye suggestion bi wa. Enye de o kan me baby am ni we adwan say committee na enya adaji. Anywhere very unfair because a wrong premise. Yes, you be subject for discussion. Very unfair. Idea wa enya then you have to simply understand that. Nyen ko any on that. But no kwani say was a boy and come on say container be anywhere ayira. What one common simple. And what I suggested to the minister say na juma pa wa ye no
forensic
that's what you have said. If you no mama can't say what you of your say mususu say me na mama container bi ayira dia mon frame me because one frame na mo mama church me krata so no mudi me din so abasa krata anim sa dia say man ko sa dia na mo da ba krata anim forever and ever my name is in that report.
Dia me kasa cry say staff no friend no mo friend no ECG staff friend no mo friend no problem no say ade no eni ye ho e wo ye ho na nka ye buya nka ntiase wo ho ade no yensa nsomu da.
But when national skills for the collaborators or Muchibion will be available.
Monsansom because our port ho. Our port no sika was some of the mama mo clean man musimuniska.
And I make catch us what toka. Na bedru na uniska.
Out the back
clear. Now a peja dia kusiwa. So we know sika no aye den.
And adena
you are guaranteed
to car na wuntimin clear. Adena ugu to cars ni become.
And come up bebre we chira.
Another MDB that's so, but the point is I disagree where you also say Yakofa Kaba. What the Kaba Kwaba won't be Chaka. What's a cry another Kaba? What's a cry another Kaba? What's a cry another Kaba?
What use hypothesis now, you know. O crack cano, why a calculation you see can ye? A 1 hour by yare. Do so machine. And Chebiana, Mammy Woo ye. sister so say or
it is Sikana require Sajumano.
So I started.
So that is where they stopped the 5 million giving to the unit
for that clearance.
Yes, for the clearance.
A bibia enye straight line. Inter make say management adwuma no. Otiwa on. E o say otie konwa mu. Otiwa na dia be bo wasum. Udani hu say wo yes opagya wani asa bowiom no amem. Ho na obehu say adwuma na ye dia ba no. Otiwa no start yare. Obi anti ase. Yes, you big man. Ubewu.
The former MD said anytime he is needed to provide answers, he is willing to avail.
BBC cry the paper bring me privatization committee. And when we had the report,
the report na come.
Obi am me.
And that's what Obi.
And I was invited.
Me Obi am me catch
to come and give your opinion.
Of course.
On
as immediate pass.
Now, Obu friendly former minister for energy. Obu friendly.
I don't know.
Obu friendly any friends say former MD. And so I mean. And no kodanche. Omo bo Napodi afenyo market.
Omunyai. How the me and Kokomo. I look at them.
Some politicians.
Omunyai about container sem no.
MD.
Omu hu nimu baby ah. That no bubo mu di.
MD what we are remember.
Ultimate responsibility.
Limited liability company ultimate responsibility.
MD Pacho and fan controversy to but what about Bush also says please.
Where assemble.
Let me change say Naponi afenyo crowd. Kick them out of the equation. They are not part.
No, the report doesn't mention them. The report doesn't mention them.
Outside what the report. Which me can be because we could him. No doubt with that.
Sure.
And I remember siding with you. Say, many did me. And can you about what tenants now? As more can no other for us. Because see, what's the minister say? Najuma power, you know. All money, papa, because as I see a cornea could see it is number 6. John Jinapoye Bo Abasu. Abasu body and say.
And I think for him, even a former board member of ECG, a former deputy minister of power with responsibility over ECG, and an Owabe minister of energy, he is probably the best placed to oversee this thing.
Tell my PPA Act and buy and I can't say ECG. No, your board member. No, all your board member only the Obomo. Almost much letter call said they are seeking what clarity. What you say, agrono, a yetinti.
Okay.
Africa, you are starting.
Obi yentua